And welcome back to the new video. Today's video is about the third set of games for the Stanley Cup playoffs in 2023. Now, today's video, we will be covering the Toronto versus Tampa Bay game, the New Jersey versus New York Rangers game, the Colorado versus Seattle game, and of course, the Vegas versus Winnipeg game. Now, starting off with the Vegas versus Winnipeg game, this was a very close, tight checking game with a huge hit to start off with, answered by fighting with Keegan Kolesar versus Dylan Brooks. And Dylan Brooks, I will say, even though as much as I love Keegan Kolesar, Dylan Brooks did get the buzz of him. But other than that, it's such a great game seeing these two teams verse. These two veteran teams know how to win in the playoffs and are willing to put their body on the line for it. Lots of finish checks, lots of blocked shots, and lots of chirping back and forth, scrums after the whistle. And that's just what you love to see with playoff hockey, just very tight competitive hockey. In the end, of course, you always know Vegas wins it in double overtime with Leafs legend Michael Amadio scoring the game winner. And man, somehow all the Leafs just end up leaving Toronto and end up just succeeding and winning the cup somehow. But great game overall. I do see Winnipeg bouncing back in this series. And it was such a great game. It could have gone either way, and great game by Winnipeg, in my opinion. And for the second game of the day, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. And this was a very good game, including multiple fights. But in all, great game by Toronto, in my opinion. They really showed that this is how they play, and this is how they can contend for a Stanley Cup. A great checking, a great physical game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, which I didn't think they're capable of. I mean, you have Matthews dropping the gloves to Stamkos, something no one had on their fight card. 2 60-goal scorers fighting it out in the playoffs, and that's just what it's all about. Morgan Rielly's hit on Brayden Point, honestly, I thought was penalty-worthy, maybe even a suspension. And I don't know how he stayed in the game for him to score the game-winning goal. It was really incredible to me. If I was a Tampa Bay fan, I'd be pissed right now. That was a very dirty hit, right in the numbers, in my opinion. He goes headfirst into the boards, but great on Tampa for sticking up for Brayden Point and trying their best to pull out a win. And Victor Hedman, even though he wasn't fully healthy, great job on just playing well, as he was a very big difference maker in this game. With the third game of the day, we have the Colorado Avalanche versus the Seattle Kraken. This was a very intense and tight-checking game, and albeit a very high-scoring one, very high dangerous chances with great offensive players on both sides, such as Nathan MacKinnon, Mikko Rantanen on Colorado's side, whereas Seattle, you have guys like Jared McCann, Ellie Tolvanen, and Matty Beniers. And this, you might think, well, Colorado has great firepower, and they do, and that's why they won 6-4, with Seattle not being able to contain them, and Seattle not having the goal-scoring depth that Colorado does, and that's why they lost this game. In my opinion, it was a great game on both sides. Great checking game, and felt like a playoff game through and through, with more scoring than usual, but in all, just a great game. And with the last and final game of last night, we have the New Jersey Devils versus the New York Rangers. And this game was a very close game, made it go into OT, and just a great, solid game by Jack Hughes, trying to carry the New Jersey Devils on his back to avoid a sweep. And Chris Kreider, in my opinion, has been amazing so far this playoffs. I mean, 5 goals so far in this series, scoring a game-tying goal to push it to overtime. Great game, and a guy like Dougie Hamilton stepping up to score the game-winning goal is just something I love to see, as Dougie Hamilton is one of the players that New Jersey Devils needs to step up in order for them to win and get past the first round. Now, I do think that New Jersey really needs to step away from Vitek Vanacek, as they really need a better and solid more goaltender to play for them, and it would be way better if they do. And like always, if you like this video, please leave a like and smash that subscribe button for more hockey content just like this.